Hello everybody, my name's James Welsh and tonight I'm sharing with you my evening skincare routine. So before I get into my routine, I need to let you know, of course, I am a skincare reviewer. It's my job to try so many different skincare trends and products, so the routine I'm about to do isn't like a normal routine. There's probably maybe one or two too many products, and it's definitely not for everyone. But my evening routine is the only time in the day where I really get to not think about work, despite my work being about skincare. But it's like I usually take an hour to do my evening skincare routine and just concentrate on myself, treat it as a real self-care moment. The first thing I do is put these little patches in my hair. These are just like little Velcro patches that stop any hair falling onto my face. I break out very easily from hair product, so when I cleanse, I don't want any of that product touching my face. So I am a religious sunscreen user. I use it every single day, no matter what day or time of the year, inside and outside, so I have to take all that off. I always double cleanse. So of course a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil for me is the best way to really just melt everything away and clear it off before I go in and cleanse my skin. So this is the DEVIANT Skincare Cleansing Concentrate. As you can see, it's this weird mix of like cleansing balm and cleansing oil. And this amazing color here. This is formulated with loads of kind of acne safe oils, so it's pretty good for all skin types, to be honest with you. But I'm not gonna go to ingredients with this one too much because sometimes skincare is just about liking a product because it feels good and it just does the job it needs to do. And this is the perfect example of that for me. It feels super luxurious on the skin and I really take my time to take away all that sunscreen. As a teenager, I had pretty temperamental bad skin. I had acne, but for me it was the dark spots, the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation that was left after. That, you know, whilst the doctor could give me something for my acne, he couldn't really give me anything to take away those dark spots. Here in the UK, I don't think dermatologists are as popular in a way as they are in the US. So if you've got a skincare issue, you go to a doctor and they pretty much immediately just seem to prescribe you with, you know, prescription skincare. That's how it was back when I was a teenager, a long time ago. So I kind of had to do my own research into how to get rid of those dark spots when I was like 17, when like the internet was just invented. And that just kind of got me obsessed with skincare and ingredients and what works and what doesn't, and just seeing it as like a hobby instead of trying to perfect my skin. For me, I say skincare is about progression over perfection. It's about products being functional but fun as well. I think there's nothing worse than having boring products that make you feel like your skincare is a chore. Okay, so I'm gonna emulsify this. I'm gonna add a bit of warm water, make it into this milky texture, then rinse away. I'm gonna do that off camera because it doesn't look very good. I rushed into this so quick, I forgot to say my skin type. So I'm oily in my T-zone, very oily, and I have very dry-ish kind of cheeks here with mild rosacea and some irritation down the side. My skincare routine today, I'm gonna be concentrating on repairing my skin and calming my skin and soothing it. There's going to be not many actives. I'm not going to be exfoliating, no retinoids, anything tonight or for the next week or so whilst my skin recovers and repairs. So my next product is another cleanser. This is the MATCHA Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. This is a pH balanced cleanser. It has some lovely humectants and moisturizing ingredients in to basically not strip your skin of all its natural oils and hydration. And I think for me, as somebody with combination skin, I look for pH balanced cleansers and gentle cleansers because I need something that will cleanse enough for my oily T-zone, but is gentle enough on my rosacea and drier patches. pH balanced skincare is like a trend that we saw a lot last year within skincare, and we see a lot of trends in skincare. It used to be like makeup, right? That had like all the different trends. But as skincare has become more and more popular, we've been seeing loads of different trends. And I think like along with pH balance, new actives and brands trying to find the next big best ingredient was a real trend last year. And now those same brands are telling us that we need to calm down this year and we need to repair our skin. Skinimalism, I believe they're calling it, which is just a basic skincare routine basically with like a couple of actives. But I feel like the next big trend is bringing everything back to basics, calming down with actives, selecting 1 or 2, and really looking after our skin barrier like I'm doing today. Okay, I'm gonna rinse away and then go into my next step. One thing I do after I rinse away my cleanser is I take a washcloth and I just kind of like, if I got cleanser in my hairline, I just pat that away because, especially my beard as well, any left on cleanser seems to irritate my skin when it dries down, so I tend to just remove that very gently. So onto damp skin, I'm gonna go in with my Advanced SNAIL Radiance Dual Essence from COSRX. I do this on damp skin because the idea is that when your skin is damp, your skin can kind of accept ingredients better into the skin. But really, I just like the way doing a full skincare routine onto slightly damp skin makes my skin looks. It gives it this kind of like really dewy, plump, hydrated look. What I love about this product is the dual sides. So you have your SNAIL mucin in here, which is it's basically hydrating and moisturizing, and then you have your niacinamide kind of actives in here. Niacinamide for me is one of the best ingredients I've ever used in my whole life because it just does so many different things. But for me, it's about controlling the sebum production, regulating it, but it can also help with barrier repair as well. I forgot to say I do usually do my neck and all the way down to below my nipples, but it doesn't look good on camera and the logistics of it don't really work. One question I always get asked is if I've ever seen a dermatologist or an esthetician or had a facial or anything like that. And the answer is no, because it scares me a little bit. I'm scared to go to a dermatologist in case they tell me to stop using too much skincare because then I won't have a job. But then I'm also scared to go and get a facial because I don't think I'd be able to relax through it. I think I'd be so interested in what they're using. I want to know, I'd want them to talk me through everything, and I just don't feel like it'd be a nice relaxing experience for me. I know that sounds really weird. I don't know. One day, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna re-dampen my skin because I like to do a whole routine damp, and usually when I'm not filming, I just leave my skin damp after a cleanser, and then I'll go into every step, and then I'll spray my skin before moisturizer and apply moisturizer. But because I'm filming, it takes a bit longer. I'm gonna dampen my skin between each step with the COSRX CENTELLA Water Alcohol-Free Toner. My next product is the EVENPRIME Barrier Repair Serum. This just has some like essential fatty acids, ceramides, what people consider the building blocks of your skin. So when my skin is kind of like impaired after experimenting a bit too much, I do tend to go completely fragrance free. I cut out all the actives. I think a lot of people think I love fragrance from my videos, but you know, I'm not against it. I just know there's a time and place for it. But this serum is just so nice and light. It's like nourishing and moisturizing enough for my cheeks, but it's light enough for me to use on my T-zone and layer with other products without it being heavy and greasy and oily. The serum stage is a stage where I would invest a little bit of money as well. I think that serum is about $40, maybe a little bit less. But for me, that's the one stage where I could have a very affordable cleanser, a very affordable moisturizer, and the serum is the one stage where I feel like I can get all my treatments. For me, really, really makes a difference to the look and feel of my skin. So again, I want that glowy, dewy look, so I'm going to spray this Centella water again, which is again just water with Centella, so it's kind of like soothing and calming. My next serum is the COSRX Pure Fit CICA serum. This is really just to calm down any redness and irritation and inflammation. 1, 2, 3, that's a bit more than I need. A super lightweight serum that kind of just calms down any irritation. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, again, is re-dampen my skin, not a surprise. And I'm going to use this avant-garde reusable sheet mask from Experiments. And this is, I love sheet masking. I used to do it every single day. But I think the more you use sheet masks, the more you realize how much waste comes with a sheet mask. And I'm not like the most environmentally conscious person. Like I'm trying to do like little but enough when it comes to saving our planet. So I didn't sheet mask for the longest time, and then I saw this like silicone occlusive layer that just traps in all that hydration, all your skincare, and when you take it off, you're left with that same dewy glow that you get from sheet masks. And what's great about this one is once it's done, you take it off, you rinse it with your normal cleanser, and then your skin is left glowy and you can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it for as long as you live. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, let's take this off. Whew. See, I just love like that bit of a glow. And what I love about all the products I'm using is they're hydrating, but they're not greasy and heavy and oily. So my oily T-zone can have a nice glow without feeling bogged down with oils. So dampen skin again. And then quickly into my moisturizer. Again, this is COSRX. I love COSRX. I feel like they're a more modern take on like CeraVe. This is the Moisture Power Enriched Cream. This is just a nice hydrating occlusive layer to help trap everything in. I think like with the rise of skincare in the last 2 years and kind of like the rise of CeraVe being one of the best selling skincare brands, other brands have noticed that people do often just want simplicity within their skincare. And I think in drugstores you really do find those simple but effective products at a good price as well. I think a lot of people kind of like look down on drugstore products because they're affordable, but I think we have to get over this idea that expensive skincare is better and that more affordable skincare isn't, because that's not true at all. The final product to use is the M Cosmetics Lip Cushion. This is in clear quartz. Just a lip balm is all. Can't forget your lips. So there we go, that's my evening skincare routine. What I hope people take away from myself and other skin influencers is just inspiration on how they can create a skincare routine that's perfect for them, whether that's 2 products, whether that's 10, or you know, whatever a perfect skincare routine is to me, it's gonna be completely different to you. But as long as you're having fun with it and it's working for you, stick with what you do, stick with what works for you. So there we go, I hope you enjoyed that. That is my evening skincare routine. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon.